Hello guys, welcome back to Tip Top English. I am Precious, your Tip Top English tutor. So on today's episode, we are going to do pronouns. On our previous episodes, we did English part of speech and we also did nouns in detail. So on today's episode, we are going to focus on pronouns. Before we continue, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Those are our house rules. So today we are going to do subject, object, possessive, and reflexive pronouns. So what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun. That means a pronoun replaces a proper noun or any noun in a sentence. So examples are they, it, her, she, her, myself, and itself. So I repeated her twice. Okay, so now I'm going to give you an example. So let me say the BMW car is mine. So instead of using the BMW and car, which are proper noun and common noun, we can just say it is mine. So the it replaced both the proper noun and the common noun in this sentence. So before we continue, I just want us to get this clear that in English we have a sentence structure. In English, a sentence is made up of a subject, an object, and a verb. So, a subject is defined as the person or people, a thing or things that perform or performs an action, and an object is the person or people or a thing or things that an action happens to. Right? I hope you are getting the difference between an object and a subject, but then it's gonna make sense on the next slide when I explain them in sentences. So a verb is an action that is being performed on the object. Okay, let's get moving. So first example, we have the sentence, I kicked the ball. The word I in this sentence is a subject because remember, a subject is a person or a thing that performs an action. Then we have the word kicked, which is a verb because it's a doing word. The action of being kicked is performed by the verb. And the ball is an object because the action, remember, it's happening on the ball. So our second example says, I will do it myself. The drama. Okay, in this sentence we have I, which is a subject, will do it. The word do in this sentence is the doing word because it's an action of doing something. And the word it is an object because remember the action is happening on the object that we don't know, which is replaced by the pronoun it. So we also have myself in this sentence. Myself is a second, it's a second subject because remember that, okay, let me rephrase this. Let me say it in a better way. In this sentence, we have two subjects. We have two subjects because now the person who is performing the task on the object is the same person again who is experiencing the action. I don't know if that makes sense. This type of pronouns, we call them reflexive pronouns. Right. So reflexive pronouns is a pronoun that refers to another noun or pronoun within the same sentence. For a sentence to make sense, if it has the same noun and the same noun that is performing the task and having the task being performed on it again, it's a reflexive pronoun. Right? Let's get moving. So now here we are going to go into detail on our types of pronouns. So we have subject pronouns, object pronouns, possessive pronouns, and reflexive pronouns. So subject pronouns are pronouns that talk about a subject in a sentence, right? And an object pronouns pronouns that talk about the object in the sentence, and possessive pronouns rather talk about they describe the relationship that a person has with an object in a sentence. It's something that belongs to someone. When you want to say the car is mine, you have a relationship with that car because the car belongs to you. You bought the car. It's yours. And then reflexive pronoun, as I said, is a second noun or proper noun in a sentence. If we have two, remember, if we have two subjects. Okay, so when we explain the pronouns, we are going to use the first person, which is I, in a subject, and me as an object, and mine in a possessive way or possessive pronouns, and a reflexive noun a pronoun, sorry, it's myself when we are using first person language. When we are using a second person is when I'm referring to somebody else, not myself. Like, you are going to town. I'm talking about you. I am not talking about myself. So if I was talking about myself, I was gonna say I am going to town. Okay. So second person, we have you as a subject, and we can also use you again as an object. And if now we are talking about something that belongs to you, we say it's yours. Now I'm going to say the car is yours. The phone is yours, right? So now we have the reflexive pronoun. Let me make an example with a sentence. Now I'm going to say you did your makeup yourself. You see, now I'm using yourself because in my sentence two I have two nouns already. So the second one, it has to be yourself. And when we talk about a third person, now we are talking about gender. So you know, when we define a male, we use the pronoun he, and when we talk about a female, we use the pronoun she, right? So when we talk about a subject pronoun, it's he, object him, possessive his, in a way that this thing, whatever that it is, it belongs to him. It's his. And then we have himself as a reflexive pronoun. When we talk about females, we're gonna use the pronoun she, her, hers, and herself. So now we're going to say her hair looks good. Her hairstyle looks good because it's her hairstyle. So now when we're talking about a possessive pronoun, is gonna be like the car is hers, in a way that the car belongs to her, right? And then here in a reflexive pronoun we can say she as the first noun. She loves herself. Here we have two nouns. That means the first one is the subject and the third one is also a subject, but then now it's a reflexive pronoun because we are still talking about the very first person who loved. She loves herself. And the third thing, now we are talking about things that are not human, if I can put it that way. If we are talking about an elephant, we refer to it as it, and as an object, again, we talk about it as an it, and we don't have possessive pronouns for objects, for things that are not human. We don't have possessive nouns because they don't own things, right? And when we talk about it as a reflexive pronoun, we use the word itself. So now we are going to talk about first person again, but then here we are talking about plural and singular. Plural means when things are many, when it's not one thing, and singular we're talking about single things, we are talking about one thing. So when we are talking about plural, we're gonna use the pronoun we, us, ours, and ourselves, right? And the second person, now we are talking about singular thing, we are talking about that one thing. So you use you as a subject pronoun, and you again as an object pronoun. And when we are talking about something that belongs to that particular person, that one person, now we're gonna use the word yours as a possessive pronoun, and reflexive pronoun we're gonna use the word yourselves, right? And now we have the third person or a thing. A third person can be like multiple people or multiple things. If I want to refer to 5 elephants, I can choose not to say 5 elephants. I can just say they are eating, right? As in like 5 people or 5 things. They are eating. So when I move to an object, when I refer to them as object, I can say I love them, because now I'm not talking about one elephant or one person, but then I'm talking about a group of people. So I love them. So when I talk about something that they possess, something that belongs to them, I'll be like the house is theirs, because I'm not talking about one person here, I'm talking about multiple people. And when I talk about them in reflexive pronoun terms, I'm going to refer to them as themselves. So guys, I hope I'm making sense. Pronouns are a bit complex. I also find them challenging, but then, yes, please comment if you want to correct me or if you want to add information. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel. See you soon, guys. I can't wait to see you on our next episode. And please don't forget that if you want private lessons with me, send me an email on muhlalaprecious0@gmail.com. I'll put it in the description box. Bye. See you soon.